Hello everyone. Right, first of all, before we start, do we have any Lord of the Rings fans? Please make some noise. Great, great. I hope you enjoy it. So let's begin. So today we're going to travel into a far distant realm, not in the Middle Earth, but in the Middle Solar System. So obviously we're talking about Saturn, which is a huge giant with a lot of very shining and very dazzling rings that I don't think any Elven forge could basically craft those rings, right? So a few information about Saturn. It's the sixth planet from the Sun. It is categorized as a gas giant. What a gas giant means is basically a planet that doesn't have a rocky surface, so it's essentially a huge cloud. And other gas giants in our solar system are Jupiter, Neptune, and Uranus. It has a huge diameter of 116,460 kilometers, which is more than 9 times the diameter of Earth. And 1 year on Saturn is basically 29.5 years here on Earth. So if you feel old, imagine being on Saturn. That would be fun, right? So I want you to imagine the solar system. Imagine Earth is Frodo, very small but somehow important, I guess. Jupiter is Aragorn. He's a very, very strong, mighty king that rules the solar system. Then we have Gollum, which is Pluto. It's not really a planet, it's on the edge, but it's still precious, I guess. And then basically, as you can guess, Saturn is Gandalf. It's very old, it's very wise, it's very mysterious, and it has, a serious thing about rings in general. So yeah, a few more things about Saturn and what makes Saturn so special. It's the second largest planet after Jupiter. So, as we said earlier, it's a gas giant, so it's composed of mostly hydrogen and helium. For those who don't know what hydrogen and helium are, they're gases, pretty much. It has the most number of moons, which is 145. That was measured on 2024. It has more than Jupiter, so yeah, it has way too many moons, basically. And then it has very, very low density, much, much less than water. So imagine if we had a huge bathtub, Saturn would basically float inside the bathtub. So that would have been an amazing bubble bath, right? So yeah, me and my friend, the little Gollum, we will talk to you about the rings and why they're so special. So they are mostly made out of ice, and we will go into that in the following slides. There are 3 main rings, A, B, and C, and there are 4 other rings, guess the names, D, E, F, and G. They are very, very wide, so we have a very wide span of 282,000 kilometers wide, but they're very, very thin, so they're only a few hundred meters thick. So, and as we said earlier, they're made of billion of particles. They can either be extremely tiny, from dust particles and pebbles, to very huge chunks of rocks and ice and all of that nice materials, There are a few information about the rings. That's for your own interest. Nothing special about them, just the first 3 rings, A, B, and C. They're the brightest ones, they're mostly outer parts, so yeah, no need to go into too much details on these. A few more things about the rings, and that's because that's what makes Saturn so special. So they're the most complicated and extensive and amazing ring system in the solar system, in the planet that we have. As we said earlier, they're made of way too many particles, from very, very tiny ones to very, very large ones. Scientists have proved that they're made of ice, so imagine they're snowballs, and if astronauts ever get the chance to be there, they can have a very nice snow fight. So yeah, They are believed to be debris from Saturn moons, comets, asteroids, and all of those stellar objects that somehow parts of them collapsed, and they are attracted by Saturn. And they might look solid, but they're actually not, so you cannot physically step on them. It's like trying to step on a cloud or something. But you can travel between the rings. We will get there, so no spoilers for you guys. Unfortunately, those rings will disappear in a few million years from now. This phenomenon will be known as the ring rain, and they will be destroyed because all those little things, the pebbles, the dust, the rocky parts, will be attracted by the atmosphere of Saturn, and they will be completely annihilated and destroyed. And no actual evidence of the rings will be there. So you guys are lucky because you can see them. So, how do we know that we can travel between the rings? There was a Cassini mission, which was a NASA mission in collaboration with the Italian Space Agency. It was launched on October 1997, and it took them a lot of years to get there. So Cassini arrived on Saturn on July 2004, and its mission terminated on 2017 with a very tragic ending that we will get there eventually. Cassini mission was very important because it took so many pictures of Saturn. It took more than 450,000 images. 3 of them are actually over there. You can always go on NASA website. There are some amazing pictures. Low resolution, but still amazing. So yeah, I would recommend have a look. I spent a whole night just searching Saturn images. Totally recommend it. And Cassini was important because it discovered many moons of Saturn. It managed to map the rings, and it gave many information. Some of them that were shown earlier, some of them that they couldn't fit in the presentation because I could talk to you for hours about Saturn, and you wouldn't want that, trust me. And yeah, in the end, unfortunately, NASA deliberately programmed Cassini to fall into Saturn's atmosphere, so it completely burned, it completely disappeared forever. So there are no evidences of this mission, except from the pictures and the data that we obtained. So essentially, we all know that really, memorable scene from Lord of the Rings, as we said earlier. Saturn is Gandalf, famous line from Gandalf, "You shall not pass." But hey, NASA was like, "Look, dude, hold my beer, I can do that." So yeah, I had a little fun with trying to represent this for you guys. So yeah, that was a little talk, a little glimpse of Saturn. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please don't ask because I'm a Lord of the Rings fan, not a Game of Thrones fan, sorry, not Lord of the Rings. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.